Welcome back to the Deep Digger Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew, my other host, right over there.
What's up? It's D. Good to see you again. Free agency is going nuts. It's crazy out here. But before we dig into any news, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to subscribe, and drop some comments below. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, there's so many teams we could talk about right now. I think we should start, though. I don't think we've talked about Derrick Henry, King Henry, going to Baltimore. Now they lose Patrick Queen to the
Yes.
Steelers, which is pretty devastating because that Quan Smith, Patrick Queen matchup together was nasty. But how are we feeling about Derrick Henry in that offense now?
I'm a little wary about it. I'm not gonna lie. I think you have to look at the Ravens running back track record as far as staying healthy, and you have to be like, Derek, no, Derek, don't do it. Don't do it. But if he stays healthy and stays at the level that he's been at, this Ravens offense could be nasty. But that is a lot to ask of an aging running back who has a lot of miles on those tires. I just don't know what Derrick Henry we are going to see moving forward just because the running back position is so staunch as far as the fall off. Once it happens, it's crazy. Look at Austin Eckler this past year. Bro had no wheels. He just had no legs to give on. I think maybe he should stop lifting so much weights and being the strongest man per pound in the NFL and just work on his speed. But cut to Derrick Henry. If he just keeps doing Derrick Henry things, this is the nastiest pickup that you could have. I mean, I know the Eagles and Saquon Barkley. We talked about, damn, that's a really good pickup. We could look back at this and be like, holy shit, who let Derrick Henry on this Ravens team? This is a Madden Ultimate team we're talking about.
Derrick Henry Lamar option game,
Nasty.
it's going to be crazy. And then Zay Flowers emerging as a good number one receiver. Is OBJ going to be back? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and even then,
It's okay to let him go. Like, you need a wide receiver too, but guess what? There's a ton of wide receivers coming up in this draft. You could even go out and get another wide receiver from another team for a 7th-round pick, like we've seen the Carolina Panthers go out and get Deontay Johnson for a 7th-round pick. So I think there's room to maneuver.
The other team I want to talk about first off is the Houston Texans. Coming off a really great year, CJ Stroud is the guy already performing at a top 5 quarterback level. They go on and get Daniil Hunter, 2-year, $49 million. They go out and get their edge rusher, premier edge rusher. Another move I like they made, they signed Azeez Al-Shaair.
Yes.
Reconnect him with D'Amico Ryans from San Francisco. So how are we feeling about their squad right now?
I mean, they're making all the right moves here. Again, I think that they understand value of players in this economy perfectly. I know I talked about it on my previous video in this, I believe yesterday, where the Houston Texans just understand, like, okay, if we don't go out and convince the Bengals to trade us Joe Mixon for a 7th-round pick, they're going to cut Joe Mixon. And guess where Joe Mixon is more likely going to go? He probably ends up going to the Ravens instead of Derrick Henry because he's younger. He is still a premier talent, and I think that would still be a huge upgrade for the Baltimore Ravens, who would then be like, okay, well, you get to face the Cincinnati Bengals twice a year. So they understood that and undercut them, and were like, hey, you know what? We'll give you a 7th-round pick for him. You're going to cut him for nothing. We'll give you something. Awesome. And then you go out and get Daniil Hunter to pair with your rookie or your now 2nd-year player, Will Anderson, who you then fleeced to like you fleeced, who was it? The Cardinals that they traded with?
I think so. Yeah.
And I think they had the best draft realistically. You got your premier edge rusher last year. You got your quarterback. You're ready to rock and roll. I think that they're having an excellent offseason this year. And as good as they were last year, they're going to be like 3 times better.
Yeah, they're going to be
scary squad.
Yeah, scary. And especially that it's pretty winnable division for them right now. Do you want to go Chargers or Raiders right here?
Let's go Chargers because they have some lingering question marks moving forward.
Yeah, so Chargers, Khalil Mack, I believe he restructures.
Khalil Mack has agreed to restructure, I believe, to
Yeah.
stay with the Chargers.
Mike Williams gets released, saves them 20 mil against the cap. He becomes a free agent, but there's word about Joey Bosa, right?
So there is two lingering deals that either need to be restructured or they need to be cut or traded. The deadline for Joey Bosa is this upcoming Friday. If he doesn't, I believe it is a $7 million roster bonus if he stays through Friday. Keenan Allen is the other one. It is a $5 million roster bonus, and the deadline is Sunday. So look to see them either restructure. But again, if I'm Keenan Allen and Joey Bosa, why would I do that? So look for them to be either cut or traded. And if I'm a team looking for a premium pass rusher or a veteran wide receiver, if I'm looking for a veteran wide receiver, I'm waiting for Keenan Allen to be cut. If I'm looking for a veteran pass rusher, someone who's going to really get after the quarterback, I'm making a phone call to the San Diego or the was it
Whoa.
Los Angeles. I almost called them Las Vegas Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers, and I'm getting Joey Bosa for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of tough decisions because of their cap situation. If they weren't so deep in the cap against the cap, I think it's no brainer they're going to keep Joey Bosa and do all this stuff. But why not? You have Khalil, who's already a pretty good pass rusher. Obviously, you can trade Joey, get some draft picks, get some other players in there, and try to keep it afloat while you're not rebuilding the team, but you're like mid build with this Harbaugh move. So there's still a lot of moves they need to make. I know there was kind of rumblings that they wanted to go in on Saquon, but it was like you have no money, and so that's why I was thinking this Joey Bosa move would have happened a week ago to try to get one of these premier backs or something. But the longer it goes on, the more I'm thinking they're going to keep Joey, and that's just what I'm feeling. Obviously, the 49ers will kind of link to it, and they're definitely not making that move now that they've signed 2 DNs, 2 D tackles. There's no way they're going to do that move. Moving on to the Raiders. I hate that I'm about to say this, but I kind of love what the Raiders are cooking right now. I kind of think the Raiders they're cooking. Gardner Minshew, I think, is a starting quarterback in this league. Not a top end quarterback, but I think he is one of the best 32. He's in the top 32, which is saying something.
Top 32 of his job, yes.
Maybe top 20. Maybe top 20?
No.
25.
I'll give you 25, yeah.
I'll give you top 25. And you know what? That's something the Raiders have been missing. This is a decent quarterback in the top 25 of quarterbacks. But today, and they also signed Christian Wilkins.
Yes.
Wilkins and Crosby together, that's going to be a nasty combo. They also clear a lot of cap. They cut Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian Hoyer, Hunter Renfrow, Jerry Tillery, and Hunter Renfrow was someone who I think had a real clear role on this team, and then Gruden came and fucked it all up, and now he just hasn't been able to bounce back. How are we feeling about the Raiders situation?
Meh. I mean, you go out and get a mid quarterback. You
Whoa.
get a pass rusher.
That's Gardner Minshew you're talking about, sir.
A mid quarterback, a pass rusher to go to pair with Max Crosby. But again, they have so many holes. I don't think that fixes. You lose one of the best running backs in the league in Josh Jacobs. I just don't. I mean, it's cool, I guess, if you want to be like, all right, maybe Coach AP here is going to motivate the troops, but there's not a whole lot of talent there. I know they have Devontae Adams. You have now Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby, Gardner Minshew. I'm running out of names here, buddy. Like, what the fuck? Like, there's not a whole lot of talent.
Premier talent, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think they were touted like, oh, we're the chief killers. We know how to figure it out. The Mahomes rules. I think they're going to suck again this year.
Well, here's the thing: they're gonna suck, but that's this is their strategy though. We're not gonna win you with talent. We're not gonna win this game with talent. We're gonna win it on pure motivation, blood, sweat, and tears. Antonio Pierce is going in. He told the front office, "Give me a decent quarterback. Give me some dogs on the D line, and we're gonna go out there and win 5 games, and we're gonna be good with that." And he might get fired in a year. He might. But you know what? They're gonna have a good time doing it. And who cares? There's no Las Vegas Raiders fans anymore, anyways, because they moved.
The Raiders fucking suck. They're such a shit franchise. I think they should still get rid of Devontae Adams. I think that would be their best path moving forward. Again, you're gonna suck.
I thought they should have signed Aaron Jones and reconnect them, and then you have something going with your offense.
But again, the Vikings swooped in just with the quickness because you have that division opponent familiarity. Hey, we've seen him twice a year for the last 3 years. We understand how good this guy really is. And for him, it's like it's an easy transition because, again, you're facing all of these same opponents that you have previously. You know you've had success against them, and you get to play your former team. Fuck yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I just don't see the Raiders being good. They're just not a good franchise, and I'm not impressed. Like, yeah, it's cool what they did, but I mean, I thought a few years back that they won the offseason getting Josh McDaniels, who was supposed to be a great coach, getting Chandler Jones to add to that offense, getting Devontae Adams. And look they've just ever since then, they've sucked ass. So I don't know, dude.
Something about having a star receiver and being a bad team, you just don't think of the strategy like throw the ball to the star receiver. Like that should be a given, but it's tough for these teams to get that through.
Spam, just be like mad. Like what I would do is Madden play calling and just spam that fucking same play.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do with the draft, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate it. Later.